Hey Changemakers, welcome back to another episode of Changemaker Bites. Today we're going to be diving into the most unspoken hack of entrepreneurship, and we have no other than my man Jon Nastor from Hack the Entrepreneur. It's a top-rated podcast where he's interviewed hundreds of entrepreneurs on their best hacks, and I love what he told me in regards to the number one unspoken hack. Can you guess what it is? I don't know. Let's make sure we get Jon Nastor to tell us all about it. Over to you, Jon.
So the biggest one, which actually has never been mentioned on my show, but I spend a lot of time just sort of thinking about the conversations I've had, what's sort of come out of the 230 episodes. And the biggest hack, if you want to call it, which has never been said, but is absolutely evident in 99% of the people I've talked to, is confidence. And
interesting.
Not confidence in like a cocky way where like I'm the best. Like otherwise that would be very evident and they would probably say that I'm just the best. That's not it. It's this idea that I ask, what is the one thing that you do that has been the biggest contributor to your successes so far? I asked that first question of 230 brilliant people now. No one person has ever given me the same answer. They contradict each other nonstop, except they all confidently believe in what it is they're doing. Meaning that if this one person runs a business that does like $10 million a year, and the dude doesn't get out of bed before 1 p.m. every single day, refuses to.
Right. That's like his thing.
Exactly. And then other people are like, I'm up at 4 a.m. I go to the gym. I do this. And I hit the office at 7:30. Perfect. So the idea is that whatever it is you choose to do it confidently and know and be willing to the fact that you're going to change.
So the answer is confidence. Were you guys expecting that? I know for so many of you that are listening, that are watching this, I mean, we can all think of scenarios and situations in our lives where we are confident in, right? Usually it means that we've done it before. Our neural pathways have already mapped out what we expect the result to be, right? Think of riding a bike or driving to work or walking on a similar path that you've already been on. You are not even paying attention half the time because you are confident in your ability to be able to execute in that scenario. And a couple of ideas came to me, especially when I heard this exact clip. And this is an idea that I talk about on all my trainings. Every time I give a talk, I always mention this, which is the idea of content versus context. Content, meaning we are drowning in a world of content, right? There are so many hours of videos uploaded on YouTube every single minute, every single day. There's hours and hours of podcasts. We have more content than ever, but I think our world is actually lacking more context than ever. Let me explain what I mean. A lot of times I mention it in trainings and talks because even though I give people the exact path, the exact blueprint of how I did it, I tell them you shouldn't want to copy my exact blueprint because my blueprint is not your blueprint. And that's the key. It's about the context of how things relate to you, right? When you think and when you hear advice or tactics or successful frameworks, you always have to think, does that work for me? Does that work with my gifts? Does that work with my habits, my rituals, right? And I think that's what Jon was talking about, especially near the end, when he was mentioning, they are so confident in their abilities to be able to execute on those rituals, on those habits. And it's because they have that deep level of understanding of not just the content, not just how to be successful, not just what are the tips and tricks, but they understand the context. They understand the context of who they are. They understand their environment, they understand their gifts, they understand unique abilities, and they understand how to be able to execute, and that's what they're confident in. And so really, I think it's not a conversation of confidence, it's a conversation around self-awareness. How aware are you of your own skills, of your own habits? How self-aware of you of the type of person that you are, and how is that helping you become more successful? There's a lot to of food for thought here, but I wanted to kind of break this down for you guys because I think it's very important for you not to copy people's blueprint, not just to copy straight up the content, but to figure out your own context. And in that, you're gonna be able to find confidence. You're gonna be able to find your voice. You're gonna be able to find your message. And that's how you're gonna be able to appear very confident in front of a world that does not have the proper context to them. Does that make sense to you guys? So before we wrap up, I got a question of the day for you guys. As always, question of the day is, when was the last time you did a personality quiz or a self-awareness assessment on yourself, something like a Kobe Index or a Myers-Briggs? Let me know in the comment section below. I love to figure out how self-aware you guys are, and it's a bit of a challenge for you guys. If you haven't, maybe take a look at some of those and then come back. I'd love for you guys that are listening to this to go down to JayWongTV and comment so we can get some conversation going on the channel. I have so much love for you guys. I appreciate if this message landed for you. If you want to share this with someone, please do so. Tag them, be able to get this message out to them. I think the world needs more positive messages like this, where we deconstruct the truth and we actually get this out to as many people as possible. So until the next video, guys, remember, it's not about changing the world. It's not about that. It's about becoming the most effective version of yourself in the moments in life that matter the most. So until the next video, guys, we'll talk to you then.